First of all, big round of applause for all the speakers that are here with us today, guys. And I would like to begin with something that's very nicely written by one of our team members. She came, she created, she conquered. If you're a woman, it's not easy. There are hurdles at every step. There are challenges you must face. But when you emerge on the other side, you see that you have designed your own way. So this International Women's Day, Siemens celebrates those who not just build their dreams, but the dreams of other people as well, and don't give up on their goals along the way, and design their own path. So join us as we are starting off this initiative, which is to celebrate each of these women partners who have seamlessly worked through the designs and dreams of so many people along the way. So thank you, all the panelists, for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have with us today Santa Gaur. She is the co-founder at Planet 3 Studios and Infinity Studios. We have with us Ritu Goregaonkar. She is the design director at GA Designs. We have with us Bhavya Kenkare, who is the principal architect and partner at Arc Aid. We have Kavita Parvani Talib. She is the co-director at Staple, Soyuz Talib Architects. And we have Sonia Kulkarni, fitness enthusiast and PR evangelist. Do you believe that women bring a stronger sense of understanding when it is about home and kitchen space designing?
About home and kitchen space designing, yes, because women are more intuitive, I think, bit more sensitive. I won't say men are not, but they're a bit more than the men. They understand the needs better of the family, and hence, I mean, they look into the finer details, you know, how the family is going to die in the organization and everything. So definitely women do a better job at understanding what a family needs.
Right, absolutely. They're intuitive.
Intuitive, yes.
Because they are also someone who from generations spent a lot more time in these spaces, right? Ritu, anything from your side to contribute to this point?
I think women are naturally built to be multitaskers. So we are handling not only the home, we are handling a lot of other aspects of life as well, and not only just our lives, but the lives of our husbands and of our parents and parents-in-laws and children. So the experience that is behind all those things that we just naturally do leads us towards understanding the system at home and understanding the needs of the people in the family more. So yes, then that is how they contribute more towards designing the home as a whole, not just the kitchen, but the home as a whole.
Right. Anything from your side, Bhavya?
Definitely, I think as women, we are natural creators.
Right.
I mean, if you can say that, I mean, I don't think any of us would be here without women.
Right.
And it's naturally ingrained in us, the nurturing, you know, the nature of nurturing and creation. So very naturally, always we like to balance our entire life, not just our work, but our family, our relationships, everything, our friends, the way we live is totally designed.
Right.
The way you said, design your way, design her way.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Kavita, and anything from your side?
I think intuitively we are geared to listen. You know, from a young age, maybe socially also, we are more receptive to ideas. So when you're sitting across clients and you're trying to customize something, therein there is a larger window with maybe a woman architect, not to undo what men do, but we're just simply more able to listen, I think. And once you listen, I think then the solutions do flow.
Right. So do you believe that women bring a stronger sense of understanding when it is about home and kitchen space design?
Yeah, I think instinctively from a younger age, women learn to listen. They learn to look for what the other person is thinking and perceive more than what you're saying sometimes. So with a client interaction, that really works well towards customizing something for them.
Right. Wow, that's a different perspective. And here we have Sonia, who brings in, I think, a consumer perspective. You just did up your home a couple of years, 2 years back, I believe. Right. So what has been your journey, and what do you think about this aspect?
You know, thank you so much for having me, and with this August panel who are into creation and designing. For me, it's about designing our own lives. And the designing of spaces is an element of individuality that we bring into that. And you know, you create, I mean, all these wonderful women, of course, bring in that unique touch. But for me, as a professional, as a woman, as a mother, my day starts with the kitchen and ends with the kitchen. And you know, that's the place where I meditate, I work out, I think, I create, I, you know, innovate ideas. So that place is my place, right? So the designing part of it, whether, you know, you do it yourself or you empanel the designers to do it, it adds a lot of beauty to your, not just your day, but your whole life. So that's really the kind of thought process that I have about it. And as someone was saying, it's not about the kitchen, but the kitchen is the center of home, you know, so eventually we all kind of converge at one place, and most often it's the kitchen. And also our helping hand. You know, when I designed my home, I also had to think from her point of view. What's her comfort? Because she's also spending a lot more time there than me, you know, because I'm out of home. So it's all about that, really.
Great. On that note, I also want to, you know, we brought in a lot of conversations around Siemens, and a lot of you are familiar with our studio line, right? What has been the most standout feature according to you for studio line that you would like to share?
Offhand, I don't
Bhavya,
remember.
Yes, I have just recently visited their experience center, and a few things which I have seen there is basically the French style of cooking, which was the sous. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's sous vide, I think so. So that's what I liked, is that, you know, when you're actually cooking the chicken or the meat, or even a simple Gujarati dish called handwo, you know, which is very juicy. You know, when you're using a regular oven or something like that, you know, all the juices kind of go out and it becomes very dry, the texture. So that's what I have liked in this, is that, you know, the nutrition is intact. And also I like the steam variation, the steam oven. So it's cooking through steam, which is a slow cooking, which was really nice. I had really liked that. These are the two aspects which I have liked.
But I like this, Gagan, how the
chimney.
steam one.
Yeah,
why I liked it is because I have a steam oven of Siemens at my place, but the outlet, the water gets gathered, so I have to like sponge it off. But here there's a nice outlet, so I can just take it off and drain it. So those are the slight innovations that have happened that makes life much more easier.
Right.
I think for me, would hands down would be the induction cooktop. For me,
Yeah, the venti cooktop.
Venti cooktop, not just the venti cooktop, also the induction, the normal induction, because very flexible. I don't have to be very, you know, careful about where I'm placing my pots and pans. Secondly,
it's placed right.
you don't have to worry about that.
It's placed right.
Exactly.
It's a safe option to use.
Plus, it is fireless cooking. So the heat quotient which comes into the kitchen with a burning fire is reduced to a very big extent. Safe for children to be around that place.
To say that any other woman in design globally, maybe someone who has really been that source of inspiration from a career point of view then?
No, not for me.
Is it okay to have a man?
Of course, absolutely.
That would have to be my husband.
I think he's come to hear that.
And recording as well.
So my husband is not there, but he loves to cook. I wish he was here today, actually.
No, he inspires me. He inspires me to no, nothing related to the kitchen, but yeah, in my career, in my design, his perseverance to something, his not willing to let go till he's achieved the best possible result. It is inspiring at a daily, you can say every day is inspiring to work with him, to be with him, to learn from him.
Wow. That's really nice to know.
Lovely.
Rajan, it was worth the trip.
What about you, Bhavya?
So, it's okay if I don't speak too much about men. It's okay, right? Though obviously, I have my dad, my husband, everybody around me are inspiring individuals. But when it comes to women, I think, every woman has something very unique in her. Sometimes it's her silence, sometimes it's the way, she talks, sometimes it's her character. Maybe, someone who's very underplayed is also very interesting.
Right.
The creativity, the good looks, everything is, I think a woman is a bundle of everything that you can possibly want. So I think every woman, right, from Indira Gandhi, who I used to look up to when I was watching her on TV as a kid, to, someone simple who works in my home and helps me in the bestest manner, to my daughter, who drives me crazy with her tantrums, is inspiring.
Right. Thank you so much.
I feel confident myself. Sometimes I feel inspired by my own self too. When a good design happens.
Designing the way after.
When a good design happens and when the client is happy, that's the best that you feel.
I am inspired when I'm able to handle all these factors and still be sane.
But insanity is good, right? I think we all need that sometimes.
Yeah.
It becomes a part of our life now.
Eventually you have to
Eventually.
come out of it also.
Kavita, what about you?
So I think my entire team in office, okay, I have women who've been with me before they had kids, then they took a break, they went, then they decided they wanted to come back. They handle everything. You call them up at 8 o'clock in the night, there's a crisis on site. She will pick up, she will not say anything, she will not even tell you if there's a problem at home. And if she can do it, I mean, I feel I'm right now in a very privileged position. I have done the run, the cycle of life, you know, I think. So when I see those girls delivering every day, day after day, with a big smile, we just party once in a while, you know, project is over, let's go out. But that spirit with which they come, they attack work, go home, and it's not like, you know, the work is over. In our field, crisis on site, there's a phone ringing, you know. So I think those girls really, I mean, I used to really wonder, how do they do it? It's like, say, how do you manage, yeah? They think, no, don't worry, ma'am, I manage. And then they turn around and tell you, no, we look at you and we're inspired by you. I said, forget it, right now I have it really easy. You know, they've been with me for years and years and years. And so one of them was saying that, you know, everything else is fine. But when there's a problem, what you do and how you handle it is what makes it look easy. So I always think that architecture, design, anything, we're always solving problems. First we create some of them. And then we've got to be very smart and say, okay, but I have a solution for that. And then not losing sweat over it. And knowing that everything is solvable in the world is something that inspires me.
Wow.
So,
Wow. What about you, Sonia?
Oh, well, to redesigning my life and to reimagining and helping my transformation, my initiation into fitness really started with my son. When I was going through my personal challenge and I was getting separated, I was about 100 kilos, and he told me to, you know, be fit for myself. You know, he said it'll be good for you. To Milind, of course, who got me into Pinkathon, who told me that if you can, anyone can. And when I did my first 160 kilometers run from Mumbai to Pune, to give a message to all the women around me that, you know, I'm an ordinary woman of 40 plus with 2 kids, single, with my hectic life, I can do it with, you know, dedication, discipline and training. To my business partner, who's here right now, Hung Golden, who inspires me to live a lifted life, uplifted life, and to be limitless. For me, it's, you know, he for she. The you know, men in my life has always inspired me, and the women like my mother, my sisters, and all my, you know, well-wishers have been a great support system. My caretaker in the house who's been there standing for me for 18 years. The inspiration comes from many places, but I think for us women, and as she said, the most important is to stand up in front of your mirror. You have a lot of battles to fight every day, but look at yourself and say you can do it, no matter what. Just be unstoppable. I think that's most important.